I don't know what to do anymore. We really need help. I've been building my dream home in Homestead for so long, it hurts. It's been an incredible experience, but this last year, I've been pushing so hard to get us into our home before winter, before Christmas, and everything has gotten pushed to the side. We don't have enough time to get our wood stacked for winter, to get our furniture in before winter. We just can't do it.
And sometimes that means we need to ask for help.
I have a huge work party coming up in 2 days, which means I need to get everything working in here. Last week, I left you off getting my entire filtration system hooked up. Professional filtration system. I did it. I was so happy until I learned that my hot water tank, I was given some misinformation and I ran the wrong wire for it. So it is time to fix this, which means shutting off the mains and readjusting my entire panel. Well, on the one side. First things first, I only have a single pole 20 amp breaker. I need a double pole 30 amp breaker, which means moving all of these down. Luckily, I have room. We're gonna look at the bright side of things. Goodbye. And goodbye to this entire wire where I need to find the neutral. Okay, it's 20 amps. It's 20 amps. And the ground. Then this whole panel has to be removed because it's in the way. Luckily, I was forward thinking and designed this panel to be able to be removed. I don't know how easy this is going to be to get out. Can I just leave the wire in the wall? It's not hooked up to anything. Next up is to run the armored cable. I don't love working with this because I hate having to cut the sheathing off. We'll see if I do better this time. And I'm going to run it in behind the wall here, but then pop it out of the plywood above and run it along this wall and down to the hot water tank. This is just the easiest way. There we go. That's the best I've ever done on one of these. I don't have a hole for this to fit into. Oh my gosh. This one? Oh, that one will work. It's just on the other side. Okay, it won't be pretty, but it'll work. Now I need a hole drilled in here, far enough away from my heat lines. Other than this coming across to the other side, the panel is still looking beautiful. It's official. I'm gonna turn this on and see what happens. This tank is probably gonna take a long time to heat up, but I wanna see if there's a temperature difference in the first half hour. I do feel a slight difference between hot and cold, so I think it's working. Yay. Now I'm gonna try to figure out how to hook up our water to our freezer because there's an ice maker in there and I want the fridge going for the event this weekend so that food can be prepped in here. No leaks. We are gonna have a fridge, a big one, a real sized one. We have slightly warm water. Woohoo! Oh, it's getting warmer. That's warm. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm gonna be able to move my dishes in here soon. As the fridge gets going, I'm gonna hook up the dishwasher. So Cam and I forgot to glue one of the sensors. So I'm gonna do that so that you can knock the side of the cabinet and it'll stop running. That did not work. You're supposed to screw it, but we don't want to screw through the cabinet because it's a thin part that it has to screw through and we don't want to accidentally come through the face of the cabinet. I think I'm just gonna have to have electrical tape and then, I don't know, it's easy to remove if it ever stops working. Yay, okay. Let's see if this runs. Did I do it? Can you hear it? It's going. I'm in here and I hear a loud crash. I'm like, what the heck was that? Thinking something went wrong with my water system because I just turned that water system on yesterday. Look at this. What? I have my own ice cubes now. I haven't in my adult life had my own fridge and freezer that can make ice cubes.
I've been away for far too long, but now I'm on my way back home. I hear the west winds calling.
Okay, I'm still at work and our daughter is at her sport, so girl dinner. I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. It is officially getting cold. Let's get the wood boiler on. Last night I picked up a load of seasoned oak from friends who didn't need it anymore and they were like, take it. And so thank you so much. That's gonna get us started for the season because it's seasoned so well and I clearly didn't prepare well enough, nor did I have time to prepare for our wood to be stacked, seasoned, and ready to go. All right, task number 1 is done. Just gonna tarp it because it looks like maybe a tiny bit of rain today and I do not want this getting wet. And task number 2, getting the wood boiler started. This stuff is messy, but at least it's not in my home. Oh man, it feels so good to have it back on. Time to have a warm home. Look at how much the door's leaking. Holy. I think I need a new seal on it, so better get on that. All right, time to get the inside turned on. Ever since turning my heat on last year, I wanted to know the difference in temperatures in all of my rooms, which is why I'm so grateful that Baldur Therm sent over their digital thermohydrometer and their smart thermohydrometer in order to get your humidity reading and temperature reading for your home. Both having solar technology, so you don't have to replace the batteries as often. We also have an ERV system that deals with humidity and moisture, but I don't know when I need to turn it on. Nothing in my home tells me to. So having these devices around my home can tell me when I need to adjust my in-floor heating and when I need to flick on my ERV system. The digital thermohydrometer has a little screen display so you can check your temperature and humidity, and it'll say if it's too dry, if it's comfortable, or if it's too wet in your home. We're sitting at the comfortable range. For the smart thermohydrometer, you can check all of it in the app along with your digital hydrometer, and honestly, they're such great prices. They have extremely high accuracy, updating every 10 seconds to get real-time data, and plus they have a 3-year warranty with 24/7 customer support. Not only can you use it in your home, you can also use it in a greenhouse, in your chicken coop. The options are endless, and you can check historical trends in the app up to 2 years.
And you can even set up alert notifications to let you know when your humidity is too high or too low to turn on your humidifier.
Get your very own hydrometer from Baldur Therm by using the link in my description below. Get your home or your greenhouse in check with these super compact, sleek humidity readers, hydrometers. And thank you so much to Baldur Therm for sponsoring me this week. I had to remove the Glycol feeder to tile in here, so I'm just gonna hook that back up and fill it up with Glycol. Why do we have a warning? What is going on? It's never made that noise. Oh, need to turn it in the run position. All right, while that runs and starts getting warm, I'm on my way to go pick up my daughter's bed frame. I'd like to build one day, but we need something for the interim, so I got an awesome bed frame for a good price. Good morning. It is a beautiful day, and we are officially ready for a 5-hour wood stacking, splitting, tent building party. The kitchen is somewhat ready. I ran the dishwasher last night. Just a small load. It came out great. First thing I have to do this morning is cut 3 little trees down and get my chainsaw going. Some people are going to start arriving in the next 15 minutes. Let's get some before shots because this is going to be such a huge difference by the end of the day. We've got our garbage pile started. pine, oak, maple, some more maple from Colin & Page's, pine. And then all of the unbucked wood. Pallets need to get out of the way, a pile of dirt that we're going to use for like leveling.
But this isn't even the actual before picture. A few days ago, my mom showed up while I was working on the filtration system and helped me clean up this entire space before our wood stacking party. She did so much. Spent her day helping me instead of working on her own business and the things that she has to do.
Pallets everywhere. A shed that we were trying to build out of pallets and it blew over in the wind.
Like, look at the difference, the before and after. She made sure that we are ready to go for this day, the wood stacking party, getting the tent up and getting our life a little bit more organized. And before that, my mom and Craig came over and delivered the tent, the carport.
Where's the I'm back?
That we are going to be using to store our wood underneath this winter. This was suggested in the comments and I was like, oh, what a great idea. And Craig let me know he had one that he was trying to get rid of. It's not in perfect condition. I'm going to have to shovel the snow off of it every time the snow falls, but it is going to work.
Leaving me to it.
No instructions.
And this is where I started feeling so overwhelmed. Like, how was I going to get this tent up? How are Cam and I supposed to get all the wood underneath it before it snows and all the other things we have to do outside? And that's when I decided I actually needed to ask for help. So back to the present day.
We've got the shed, broken box of electrical stuff, battery banks that need to come inside for the winter, bed, winter tires, so much leftover stacked trim from job sites where things were going to be thrown out. We've got our daughter's like temporary wardrobe. Can barely walk in here. Batteries will be the first to go.
Time to get the chainsaw warmed up and the few little trees cut down.
Time to get the tent up. Carport tent.
Cam decided to head up the tent carport project with some of our friends, and luckily one of our friends had already built one before because this came with no instructions. And some of the poles were bent, but with a couple of drills to make new holes and some manpower, the tent frame got up so quickly. And as the morning progressed, more of our friends started showing up and their kids, who are also my daughter's friends. These two literally stack wood and split wood with their dad and are total pros. And we do have a log splitter for the day, but I really wanted to make sure that these guys were able to communicate getting the tent up before turning on the log splitter. This is the log splitter. It's super cool. It's actually handmade. It's pretty loud, which is why I didn't want to turn it on until the tent was a little bit more in position. So a chunk of people started with the splitting, while the rest of the crew spread out the dirt underneath the tent and started placing the pallets underneath to be able to stack the wood. While all that was getting done, I pretty much was on bucking duty the whole day. Friends would grab logs from me, go split, and repeat. I even had some of my friends on camera duty. Our daughter was in the house with her friends building this cute cat stand and making apple cider. Everyone was doing a job and helping us bring all of this to life.
Crazy. We're getting so much done. I'm so grateful. Like, you have no clue. Cam was so funny. He was like, I don't know how you convinced everyone to have a crappy day and spend it with us doing all this work. But honestly, everyone's in such good spirits. Like, just moving and grooving. The tent is set up now, which is great. I'm just bucking wood. There's so many people splitting, and they're putting the pallets down underneath the carport right now. So wood is going to be able to start being moved underneath. I'm so grateful. And my mom's almost here with the pizzas.
videographer is important.
It is.
Yeah, that's true. We're gonna be on YouTube videos.
At this point, my mom had arrived with the pizza, but everyone kept working. But eventually they got the tasks done that they wanted to get done in their heads, and we switched for a little bit of a lunch break, but I was shoving my face with pizza, so I'm sorry I didn't film it. After lunch, things switched gears a tiny bit. There were still people splitting and bucking and stacking wood, but there was also some furniture movement happening. Taking furniture out of the shed to make room for all the stuff at the house that needs to move into the shed.
Wondering if there's a branch stuck. There we go. I'll be able to get that. Thank you. Oh, there's one. There we go. Oh, jeez.
I just cannot get over how much work we got done today, and I'm so grateful to our friends and family for showing up for us. And it's true what they say, with many hands makes light work, but everyone worked so hard today. This would have taken us months of Sundays to get done. Please drop a huge thank you to everyone in the comments. It is well deserved. Cam and I were just so overwhelmed and we needed the help. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. The next time we have you over, it'll be for food and fun, not work.
Okay. Yeah, guys, thank you very much.
So pretty.
What do you think? Do you like that? Hi guys. So it's the next day and I've spent the whole morning just resting and sleeping. I've just been so grateful. I'm sure everyone who helped us yesterday is waking up sore. Everyone worked so hard. The home is coming together. The wood fully came together. Oh my gosh. We have a starting point for our daughter's room and it's a night and day difference outside. We're gonna keep plugging away at the wood. Our friend said we could keep using this for the next bit because these rounds are freaking massive. The carport is over halfway full with tons of mixed wood. But yeah, it just keeps going. You can come in from the sides, grab stuff from the back. Wardrobe was over here. All this wood, I think my mom stacked really nicely. Looks like Cam's putting trim up there, out of the way, flat. And there's lots more organizing to do. But now we can take some of the stuff that we were storing in our bedroom, like big things of insulation, and store it in here out of the weather and out of our bedroom.
And this is gonna be our tool room / I'm getting the bathtub back in here because it's in the way literally everywhere. But getting the rest of the tools out of the house to make the home a little bit more functional.
We've got a little drywall cover over the tub. I want to work on our bedroom. What is even going on in here? There's so much garbage, building materials that need to be thrown out. These are the temporary wardrobes that my husband got out of an old customer's house that they were gonna end up at the dump. So he saved them. They are broken, like we do have to fix them. This actually is only broken because it fell over in the wind when we first brought it home. So I got a glue and clamp. I'm just gonna move this one. Oh gosh, that looks great. Other than it being a little banged up. they will get a bed frame or make one and bedside tables, but not this day. I also need new bedding because we've never had a king before. So it's nice to have something on the mattress to protect it though, and there for emergencies before we get occupancy. What's crazy is I've not been able to walk around my bed for the last 4 years. Like my bed is the size of my room. I can't walk around my room in the trailer. Can do a yoga class here and there. Like there's so much room. And here's all of the stuff that either needs to go to the shed or to the dump. And then I'm done. I'm not anywhere near done, but I'm done this week's video.
So this week, here is to friends. Here is to asking for help, even though it's hard and embarrassing having stuff everywhere and really needing the help. And here's to having our wood done. Here's to having some furniture in our home for emergencies we can't move in yet. We need a few more things before we get occupancy, but it's there and we are so freaking close. Thank you so much for joining me this week, getting our home ready, getting our wood ready for winter. I appreciate you all so much. Remember to subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will see you next week.